We all have moments in life that stick with us, not just as memories, but as turning points. Today, I'll be going over a lesson I learned the hard way. A lesson of importance about not letting others define you. Let's jump in. When I was younger, from the time I was 18 months old up until I was 14 years old, I had my previous stepfather. We'll call him P. P was the type of man you'd think was a protector. He was on the stronger side, bald, beard, tattoos. First glance, you'd think he screamed protection, understanding, warmth, someone you could always fall back onto. That was not the case with P. P, to keep it simple and short, was and is a narcissist. He basically ruled our house with an iron fist. We couldn't do anything without having to walk on eggshells, whether that was talking, laughing, having conversation. It all depended on his mood, and we all had to walk around it. Didn't matter if it was a good day, a bad day. There'd be times where he just, like that, and just switched up. And as I grew up and I was exposed to that environment, I grew up learning the lesson. I grew up learning that I had to be invisible. I couldn't be too loud, couldn't be too out there. I had to keep to myself. Had to be as small as possible to keep myself out of sight, hoping that if I stayed more invisible and out of his way, he wouldn't target me. And as I grew up, I let him define me. I let him turn me into a person I never wanted to be. Quiet, timid, shy, not brave, someone who is afraid to go out there to be myself. I let him define me in one of the worst ways possible. But once I turned 14, or about around the time I turned 14, he and my mom had a falling out, which caused them to break up because they had never been married in the first place. Me and my siblings, his 2 children, went back and forth between him and my mother, but the longer I was away from him, the more I began to realize just how bad of a person he was and is. That I let him define who I was, and I let him dictate how I express myself and how I just grew up. And as the years went by, I have come out of my shell. Now, at 17, I am a completely different person than who I was back when I was still living with him. So the lesson is, do not let others define you. No matter the circumstances, no matter the environment, no matter who or what they are. Do not let others define you. Because in the end, you might be able to not reverse anything that they have conflicted on you. You may come to regret it. All I say is keep in mind, don't let others define you. Define yourself. Become the person you want to be, not someone you would never want to be. Thank you, and I hope you all have a good day.